Good morning everybody on a beautiful sunny morning in Edinburgh. It's a lovely day today. It's somewhat chilly, but you can see it's beautiful blue sky. We are just getting ready to head into Edinburgh, and I'm taking Oscar on a walk first of all before we catch the bus into Edinburgh. It's £1.50 each way, or you can buy an all-day ticket that works on the trains and the trams for £4.50. And I think it's about 4 miles, so it's not very far. So we're planning to go and visit a lot of the obvious tourist places. We're also going to an exhibition which we told you about this afternoon in one of the museums or one of the art galleries, I can't remember which. But we will take you along with us and we will let you know what we think. So come on with us as we head out on the road again and head into Edinburgh. We're James and Rob, and this is our dog Oscar. It's a really steep learning curve when you start your motorhome, campervan or caravan journey, and there is lots that we wish we had known. So we decided to document what we have learned and share with you our adventures as we head out on the road again. Okay, that was super easy to catch the bus. You just walk out of Morton Hall, turn right and cross over the road and wait for the bus. We are on number 11. And as you can see, there are really clear displays telling you where you're going, what the next stop is. And it's about £1.80 for a single and £4.50 for an all-day pass, which gets you on the buses and the trams. And it is about a 30-minute journey into Edinburgh, so you get to see the sights, and we will see you as soon as we get into town. So here we are, just got off the bus on Princes Street. The sights and sounds of Scotland. Okay, so we have had a wander around the castle, and it is £15.50 to get in, and you probably want to book that online. It's the easiest way, and then they're just ticket collection points for people who pre-booked, so that's how you do it. We just walked down a bit and we stopped at the Gladstone's Lane coffee shop to have a coffee. So that was a nice, cup of coffee and a cinnamon bun for breakfast, very healthy. And I think we're really fortunate today because it's not that crowded in Edinburgh and the day is beautiful, although we've got another day here tomorrow and it looks like it's going to rain all day, so we're going to make the most of today. Here we are at Grey Friars Bobby, which is a famous dog who sat at his master's graveside for 15 years after his owner died. So there we go. Grey Friars Bobby, another landmark of Edinburgh that I think a lot of people flock to. Okay, so we have stopped for lunch at Solano Pizza, which is inside St James's shopping mall. On the top floor of the mall, there seems to be lots of eateries opening up, including a food market, which is where the queue was to get into the food market, but we decided to come in here and have a break from all our walking, and we are going to have some food. James's food has just arrived, looks really good. And we are then going to go to look at the Harryhausen. Thank you. The Harryhausen exhibition at 2:30. So we're going to enjoy the lunch. This looks very good, very nice. Good value for, this was £8, I think. So good value for that. So let's go and enjoy some lunch. So we are here at the art gallery and we're here to see the Ray Harryhausen Titan of Cinema. So here we are in the Ray Harryhausen. You can see King Kong trying to get in. So he died in 2013. Here is the Mighty Joe Young. Thought we could be in our own movie. Just disappeared. What are you doing? Oh, it's about to squatters.
You just hit me whilst I was taking a photo there.
That's alright.
It was actually quite good. The Titans of Cinema, Ray Harryhausen exhibition of all his models and the history of all his art that he used in film.
So, slight change of plan, since for some reason or other the city centre is carnage. So all the buses were delayed and cancelled, and then it took forever to get in there. So we abandoned our thoughts of going to Leith today and decided instead to walk into the West End, which is where we are right now, and have a look around all the nice little shops. So we just had a quick bite to eat in the West End, which was okay, in a restaurant called Roots, and now Oscar with his coat on. So the West End's a small area that has little boutique shops and lots of little cafes and restaurants. You can see how quiet Princes Street is at the moment because there is no traffic going in this direction. But we are going to walk through Prince's Gardens. So this is Princes Street Gardens that runs parallel to the main road, Princes Street. Looks like it's all dog friendly, which is good. That's a good view, isn't it? Wow, imagine living there. Is that a castle? No, that's not, is it? What is that?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay, anybody who knows what this is?
I think that might be the back of the castle.
It might be, yeah. Imagine living there, what the views might be. It might be the back of the castle.
It is.
Is it?
Oh, look at all the ramparts. Oh, this was a lock.
Maybe. So we've just walked parallel to Princes Street up to George Street. I think what's really nice about Edinburgh is how all these interesting buildings are right on top of each other, or very close to each other. It's definitely a walkable city. It is a very fancy restaurant called The Dome. Oh, you can have afternoon tea for £29 per person. And there's our man with a cone on his head still, keeping him dry, obviously, and keeping the birds off of him. So we're just walking towards Carton Hill, which is up ahead, and on the left is the Apex Hotel. So here we are at the top of Carton Hill, getting some more nice restaurants that are really good prices, especially for lunch, which is when we're filming this. There we go, Carton Hill.
So, go up to the Observatory, Nelson Monuments, we can watch South Viewpoint, North Viewpoint.
It's a bit like Signal Hill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fine, we're definitely getting our steps in today. So is Oscar.
This is the hardest part to the top. It's all downhill.
Here we are at the top, slightly out of breath, but with some fantastic views, hopefully. So this is the National Monument, and it was built in 1822 to 1829, and it commemorates the Scottish soldiers who died during the Napoleonic Wars of 1803 to 1815. Who'd have thought we were in Edinburgh when you look at the green views and the rolling hills. So we have just got back from Edinburgh, and we just wanted to share our thoughts after 2 days in Edinburgh. So first of all, today didn't quite pan out as we hoped, as you will have seen, because the buses were completely screwed up in the morning because there was some issue with subsidence or something, so it was kind of carnage as you got into Princes Street, the main part of Edinburgh. So the bus driver said to everybody, you better off get off here, you're going to be stuck for hours. So we ended up doing that and deciding just to spend the day in Edinburgh instead. So what are your impressions, James, of Edinburgh?
It's a very handsome city, very walkable. Wherever you look, there's a monument or a historic building, staircases going in all directions, and also Prince's Gardens.
Yep.
Found out it was a drained lock. So that was a bit of a surprise. I didn't realise.
And what would you say the must-visit places are if people come to Edinburgh?
Prince's Gardens, the Royal Mile, the Castle, Carlton Hill, just most of it really.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that's great about Edinburgh, it's really, really walkable. So we walked from the West End area where all those trendy bars and shops were, little restaurants and boutiques, to the east side, which is the area that's being
Calton Hill.
yeah, and it's all being rejuvenated where that shopping mall is. Went up to Carlton Hill, we walked down Prince's Street, we went in Prince's Garden, so we walked most of it. We didn't walk as far as Holyrood House, but you could see that from the top of Carlton Hill. And we obviously didn't make it to Leith, which was a place we really wanted to go to because it's supposed to be full of lovely little trendy restaurants and shops and sort of really interesting area on the banks of the fourth or fifth, and where the Royal Yacht Britannia is, which we think is a hotel now, so we didn't get to see that, unfortunately. Morton Hall is a great location for getting in and out of town. The buses, well, when they're behaving, takes about an hour or so, right? Into
No, less than that.
well, it probably took us an hour getting back. Yeah,
It's
maybe
full of kids, that's why.
yeah, maybe up to an hour. I'd allow an hour to get into, and the buses number 11 is supposed to run every sort of 10 to 15 minutes. However, this morning we ended up waiting at least 40 minutes for a bus because they kept saying delayed and cancelled and all the rest of it. But using the buses are really simple. There's digital displays at the bus stops. There's displays on the buses telling you what the next stops are, so you can't really get lost. And all of the buses go into Prince's Street. So which is
Yeah, and a
amazing
single
for it.
journey is £1.80. You just tap your card when you get on, and they will charge you the cheapest price at the end of the day for however many journeys you've used on that card.
And dogs are free, so that was good. And yeah, so yeah, I think Edinburgh, in terms of sort of cost, is as expensive as any typical city. You're going to pay anywhere between £2.50 and £3.50 for a cup of coffee, and you can easily spend £20-25 on lunch. Like we did today, James had a salad, chicken salad, and I had some quesadillas, and we both had a cup of coffee, and that was 20 something pounds. So it's not cheap, but we are in a big city.
A big tourist city.
Yeah, and I think when we were looking at house prices as well, they're fairly expensive here compared to other parts of Scotland where we've been looking at house prices. So again, not surprising, if you want to live in a big city, you're going to pay the big city prices. So would you come back to Edinburgh,
Yeah, definitely would come back.
and would you like to live here?
Yeah, I would like to live here.
Weather-wise, we've been sort of fairly lucky, really. Yesterday you saw was absolutely glorious, blue sky all day long, and then today was, well, it was pouring with rain this morning.
Yeah, early this morning. It stopped about 10:30, 11. Touch wood, it's still holding out at the moment, and
Pretty
yeah.
much the same weather as down south at the moment, so that's obviously something to consider. But we really enjoyed our 2 days in Edinburgh. We've been in Morton Hall for 3 nights, and that's probably the right length. Maybe another day if we had time. But tomorrow we start our trek heading down south, and we are going to be doing a bit of wild camping. Well, not really wild camping, but we're going to be trying to stay either at a pub or in a car park that allows overnight camping, that someone on one of the Facebook groups recommended. But I hope you found our couple of days and our 2 weeks worth of Edinburgh videos useful, and join us next week when we'll be heading down south. We'll let you know what happens regarding staying overnight without booking, which is the first time we've done that. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button, leave any comments of things that maybe you've done in Edinburgh that we didn't mention, things that you really like, that we have missed out, any restaurants or cafes that you recommend would be great. I'm sure other people would be really interested in that. But other than that, we will see you next Sunday for the next episode of On the Road Again.